with the steak. Got it. We're going to talk about steak next.
Got it. Thank you.
And we'll see Stacy a little bit later on. What we're talking about here is Rastelli's, and of course they are called America's Butcher. It's like having your own personal butcher that cuts the best beef and best meats for you and then ships them directly to your home. What we're talking about here is your choice of either 6 or 12 of the Black Angus beef sirloin steaks from Rastelli Meats. So you can ask for 6, and of course it comes with the signature seasoning packet, or you can double it without doubling the price and get that 12 count assortment at home. They're all 6 ounces, and they come to us from America's Butcher, Ray Rastelli, who won the 2021 Customer Choice Award for Best Grilling Items. I want to tell you, this man graced my holiday tables for Christmas and for New Year's with delicious steaks and burgers that just never disappoint. Ray Rastelli, welcome in. Happy New Year. Good to see you.
Happy New Year, Jane and Rachel. It's great to be here in the new year, and think about it. The holidays are finally behind us with all that indulgence in eating. So I brought you something today that I very first started with QVC almost 6 years ago, and that's the sirloin steak, the Black Angus sirloin steak that comes from small family farms that I've worked with for the past 45 years. But it's different than any other sirloin steak you've had because it's completely trimmed. It's not the kind of sirloin steak you'd find in any supermarket because you won't. This has been trimmed. It's been aged for 28 days. And let me show you what the steak's going to look like. We make sure that we take the ends off, but then when we give you that center cut Angus steak, now it's thick. It's 6 ounces. It's nice and big, but here's what I want you to see. I want you to see how beautiful the marbling is inside of this. I want you to see how thick it is. And I want you to notice that there is no fat on this steak at all. So it has been aged for 28 days by our butchers. We trim it completely so that you get a steak that you would typically get in a great steakhouse. It's Black Angus, it's center cut, got beautiful marbling. And because it's the first of the year, I always want to have something in my freezer, Jane, that I can use for everything. And you've heard me say it before, this steak can be used for everything.
Well, and you can. The versatility of this, from just putting it on top of a bed of lettuce and making a delicious salad, maybe that's something that you're looking to do, add more greens, add more veggies into your menu for 2022. I love that. As a full entree, you can bake these or grill these and make them into the main course and center of the plate, no problem. They're also great for little appetizers. We've been talking about gearing up for the big game. This would be perfect to do little toast points, or use this if you wanted to make the steak sandwiches that are so popular around this area, especially, Ray, for the big games and all that stuff. So there is versatility with this sirloin steak. And again, you'll have your choice of 6, which has been very popular in the show, or 12. And I love that because that way I've always got them in the freezer. So here's the way they come to you. And as you look at this steak, notice that there's not a lot of shrinkage. This is what it looks like when it comes to you. And then what's on the plate is what it looks like once it's been prepared, and there's not a huge difference. So there is not a lot of shrinkage with this meat. It's gonna look fabulous when it hits the table. So here's a quick update. If you want the 12 count, we are down to our final 100 that we can ship out, and there is no auto delivery. So this is it. You know, it's the New Year offer that Ray has put together. In the 6 count, we have 800 available, and that's it. And we brought in a few more of those. But here's the deal. If you get the 12 count, you end up saving $15.98. So it's a good time to stock up, like we said. And like you said, Ray, looking for something fresh for the menu, having something on hand that is this restaurant quality. Right, Rachel?
Absolutely. You know what? Ray knows, and Jane, you and I are both carnivores, so we love our meat. And one of the things that I'm doing for the new year is really trying to just do protein and vegetables. So have a sensible breakfast or kind of middle of the day, but then for dinner, protein and vegetables. And always, my freezer is filled with Rastelli. And I particularly love this cut because I can cook it so many different ways. So I've got my little Oster oven. I can broil it in the oven if I want to. I can actually just cut it into cubes and make a stew with it if I want to. I love the versatility of it, but really the flavor is amazing. And the seasoning that Ray gives us is perfect for it. So they cook up really quickly, but the flavor is really wow, and it gives you that protein boost that I'm looking for. So perfect with my broccoli or my cauliflower or whatever else I'm trying to do and be good with. But I like that
these
this big
steaks
flavor.
cut up and put on the carving table.
Yes.
And you're good if you're entertaining a crowd. But if you're just taking out one for you, one for somebody special, then that is a great way to go as well. So we love the versatility. I know you have a big family with lots of gathering, and it all centers around the meat. So, Ray, I trust you with your meat because I know you're serving us the same meat that goes on your table.
Yeah.
Well, it is so true. My mom said to me a long time ago, if you wouldn't serve it to your family, let's not serve it to our guests. It's really as simple as that. But what I love best about this, so think about it. If you picked up 6 of these steaks, what I want you to realize is you can have a steak that looks just like that, right? You'll notice no fat, completely trimmed. You're going to eat from one end to the other. Or how about if you decide to make kebabs? Look at how beautiful this kebab is. Because remember, these steaks have no fat on them at all. All I did was you can become the butcher at home. Cut it into beautiful cubes. You've got a beautiful kebab. Look at how beautiful that. How about if you took it and actually pounded it out like I did here? So I just took one. I pounded that out, and of course I breaded that and a little bit of batter, and of course there's my country fried sauce right on top. I have to tell you, it's that steak that is so incredibly versatile. If you picked up 6, you've got 6 completely different meals that you can make from it. From a kebab to a steak to a chicken fried steak to a fajita to a Philly steak. I can go on and on and on. So it's the one you want to have in your freezer.
Here's the update. In the 12 count, we're last call. If you want the 6 count, we have 600 remaining, and there is no auto delivery. The 4 Easy Pays offer goes away at the end of the day on this. You also get the appropriate amount of seasoning packets, 1 for the 6 count, and then double that for your 12 count. 80281 is the item number. Now, the good news is, no, we won't see Ray again, but we do get to see Brittany Rastelli a little bit later on in the show, and she's got the battered cod coming up. So, Ray, thank you so much. It was good to see you.
Thank you, Jane. Great to see you. You as well, Rach.
Thank you, Ray. Oh, coming up.